Hello and welcome to the 13th video lecture of Principles of Marketing Semester 1 Module number 1. In today's video lecture we are going to study about recent trends in marketing. Now, what are the things that are happening in marketing? What are the new things that are happening in marketing? So if you see nowadays there are a lot of things that are happening in marketing, a lot of things that are being changed, especially with the introduction of technology, with the introduction of social media. Things are getting changed. There is a lot of difference between how marketing used to happen earlier and how it is happening today. So let us see what are the new things that have come up in marketing these days. Now if you want to see what are the new things that have come in marketing, these are e-business, telemarketing, mobile business or m-business, green marketing, relationship marketing, retailing, virtual marketing. Now retailing is something that was happening even earlier, but an organized retailing that is increasing many folds in India in recent times is something that is very new and unique. Now let us understand these terms one by one. In your syllabus only definitions of these terms are there, but I shall give you some explanation also so that you can understand why what are these and you can appreciate the improvement or recent trends that are there in marketing. So let us start one by one. So the first thing that we can very easily see is e-business. So what is e-business? E-business stands for electronic business. Now what is this electronic business? Electronic business, shortly known as e-business, is basically the online presence of any business. So suppose if the business is present online, that is if it is available on internet, on any website or any platform on the internet, then it is said to be e-business. That is, the company is involved itself into e-business or electronic business. Now if we see, there are many types of e-businesses, but broadly these can be classified into two main categories. That is, the first one is pure play e-business kind of things. Now what is this pure play business? Now pure play business stands for those businesses which or it means those businesses which have only online presence. There are many such companies which have only online presence. They do not have any stores, they do not have any physical stores. For example, Lenskart initially used to have only online presence. They did not have any stores as such. Nowadays you can find some stores in Belgaum itself. You have two stores of Lenskart, but now though they have this brick and mortar stores, initially when they started off as only online business, and hence this type of business model which has only e-business is no, or only stores which are there on internet, that is e-stores. These are known as pure play. They have only electronic existence. For example, some of the hotel booking happens. See how marketing happens of hotel, it happens only on internet. So this becomes an example of pure play strategy used in marketing by e-businesses, where they have marketing done only on websites. Now the second type of or type of e-business that we can see is brick and click. As the name suggests, brick means uh, brick, which is used to construct the house. In Marathi we call it as wit, in a Kannada ittangi. So what happens here is brick and mortar. So that is the physical stores. Mortar means the cement and the mixture of sand. So the physical stores also are there, where which are your, that is offices are there throughout India or various parts of the state, and marketing happens through these stores also. Along with these stores you have some websites, platforms over internet where you try to market your products and services also. So these have presence, both physical presence also is there, whereas online presence is also there. So these are known as brick and click. Now what are the advantages of e-business? There are many advantages of e-business. The first one, and which is very common and easy to understand, is it is easy to set up a e-business. Now I've said that it is easy to set up a e-business. You have to just register your business. You have to get a GST tin, and then Sitting at home itself, you can start any e-business provided you have an internet connection, you have a device that is a laptop or a computer or maybe even a mobile phone, and maybe a platform, maybe a website of your own if possible, or else you can also market using social media. So it is easy to set up. Now you do not need to find out any store for you to rent out. You do not need any store, physical store, where you have to pay monthly rent as such. Second one is a second advantage what we can think of is it is quite cheaper than traditional stores. Yes, it is very cheaper because monthly rents are not there. You do not need to pay for your employees as such. You do not need to maintain the store, physical store. Always carrying a physical store or having a physical store is much more costlier than a online store. So it is much more cheaper compared to the traditional business stores, that is the brick and mortar store. And the most important advantage which I feel in today's world we have with respect to e-business is that it does not has any geographical boundaries as such. You can sell your products to any customer. So suppose if you have a store and you are selling say dress material in that store, so which are the people, which do you think, who are the people that will come to your shop? These are people only in and around the Belgaum city area. These people will come to your store. But if you are selling it on internet, not only in those area people, people in your state, people in the entire country, and not only within the country but people from entire globe, all the world, can come to your website, visit your website and purchase things from your website. So there is no geographical boundary. People from any place of the world can visit your website and purchase items, whatever you have listed on your website available for sale. So marketing becomes easier, and also you can reach a lot of audience through your online presence. So e-business is really picking up these days. Now there are certain issues or limitations also of e-businesses. First and foremost is that it lacks personal touch. That is, you cannot meet your customers face to face. You cannot find uh, what are their difficulties. You cannot resolve it very quickly, and more importantly the customers cannot touch and feel the product. For example, dress material itself, if you start a shop of dress material on website, you have only presence on internet, then you can only post photos or maybe some videos of the dress material what you want to sell. The customers will seeing that they will order it. So there is but such kind of items which are there actually need touch and feel. You need to feel the fabric, you need to see the fabric, you need to see the actual color. Many times in photographs the actual color and the color in the photograph varies. So what happens is there might be some dissatisfaction with the customer if they feel that what they have received is not exactly what they had ordered. So there is lack of personal touch. Also there are a lot of security issues also. For example, your password might be hacked, there might be an online fraud or scam that might come your way when you are paying through a payment gateway or a UPI or on any third party websites. So there are a lot of issues with respect to e-businesses, but we have to tackle e-business because that is the way forward. Many businesses are thriving on e-business. Many people are going ahead using e-businesses, and you have to have your footprints in internet also, on internet also, so that you can have a wide array of customers. The second important or recent trends in marketing is telemarketing. Now, what is telemarketing? As the name suggests, telemarketing. So, telemarketing means telephone, we can say marketing, but it's not only telephone. Telemarketing is direct marketing of goods or services to potential customers over telephone. It may be over internet or fax. So all these three things you have to consider. Not only telephone, it can happen, it is a direct marketing, and direct marketing can happen through telephone, internet or fax machines. If you see all these machines, whether it is fax machine, if you have seen a fax machine, it is more like a xerox machine only, portable photocopying machine. it is attached always to a telephone line. Similarly, if you have seen a broadband line, that is to get internet, you have a broadband connection, that also is connected to the telephone line. So basically all these are connected to the telephone lines, whether it is a fax machine or whether it uh, is a photocopying machine. All these are connected to the telephone, and hence they for all these three together form the telemarketing, that is telephone. They are connected to the telephone and hence they form part of telemarketing. Now I've said that telemarketing is direct marketing of goods or services to potential customers using telephone, internet or fax machine. So what is direct marketing? Direct marketing is when you directly try to market your products to the ultimate consumer. Like for example, you may receive a phone directly on your mobile phone, you may receive a call on your mobile phone, that is direct marketing. Now it is different from advertising. Remember, the advertising doesn't come directly to you. Suppose if you receive for by post an advertisement, then that is a direct marketing because it is directed towards a specific person only, right? In all this, whether it is internet, whether you receive emails, whether you receive your WhatsApp messages, whether anything on the Telegram or Snapchat, Insta, direct messages, also the DMs on Insta profiles. So these all are examples of direct marketing. Whether you receive an SMS on your mobile, so these are direct marketing. So all these come under telemarketing. But these days telemarketing also, you can see that a lot of telemarketing people are using people, that is employees, which are who are humans, to call people and tell about the product, market about the product and get some lead generation. But many times what we are seeing is, because of automation, especially where repeated task is there, they are going for robocalls. Now what are these robocalls or automated calls? You might have called sometimes call centers, especially it is used in call centers where a lot of repeated tasks are there. So when you call your call center, when you give a call to a call center and the person there receives the call. In fact, there won't be any person. Whenever the call gets connected, you listen to these kind of things. Welcome to Airtel Telecall Center, call center. ಕನ್ನಡಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ವಂದನು ಒತ್ತಿರಿ. For information in English, dial 2. For Hindi में जानकारी के लिए 3 दबाइए, and so on. So these kind of things are automated calls. They are already pre-recorded and kept. So once the call is connected, these things are given. For example, if you have certain products and you want your customers to come and call and get information, you can have various pre-recorded messages for them, and based upon whatever they dial on their keypad, the information can be displayed. So it can be the recording of that information can be made available to them over phone. So this kind of things happen in automated calls. So in telemarketing, that is, which is a direct marketing thing, which can come through messages or social media or directly on telephone. As I've said, it can be operated directly by a person who is sitting there, that is the employee of the company, and he can call and he can message you. Or it can happen through robos also, that is robocalls or automated calls. Now there are certain issues with telemarketing. You may receive lot of unwelcome calls which you do not want. In emergency, when you do not want to receive any calls, these people may call you at unwanted timings and disturb your sleep sometimes. Or you may be you are in a class and you may receive these class phones. So these kind of the issues are there. Also there are issues of scams and frauds that have happened through telemarketing. So people are little wary about telemarketing, and they do not look telemarketing these days as a positive thing. So this is something which you have to address. There are four main types of telemarketing which you should understand. First one is outbound telemarketing. The second one is inbound telemarketing. The third one is lead generation telemarketing, and the fourth one is sales telemarketing. Now what is this outbound telemarketing? Outbound telemarketing stands for cold calling. Now what is cold calling? Just see this scenario. You might have received a call from any telemarketer whom you have not interacted with, the or any company who which with whom you have not interacted. So this kind of situation may have happened to you. So you do not know the company, you have also not interacted, you have not purchased anything from them, you have not visited their website, but still you are getting a call from them. So these are unsolicited calls, means these type of calls are known as cold calls. They might have got your number from somewhere, a list of numbers is there, and they are just calling. So such kind of calls are generally done by insurance companies, uh, asking for sir क्या आप लोन लेना चाहते हैं. So this kind of insurance companies generally prefer cold marketings, cold calls, and a lot of cold calling is done. This type of cold calling is known as outbound telemarketing, where existing customers sometimes are reached, or sometimes those customers are reached, or prospective customers are reached who have not interacted with the company at all. The second type of cold calls, or the second type of telemarketing is inbound telemarketing. These telemarketing calls are based upon inbound inquiries about products and services as prompted by advertising and advertising or sales efforts. Now what happens in these things is, uh, you have done certain advertisements and you say for more information you can contact on this number which is there on the bottom of the screen. So this kind of advertisements which are there, or maybe a printed ad on a newspaper, may give you a WhatsApp number, or maybe a this what you can say, a phone number where you can, where the customers can call the company. And when the company customer calls the company for inquiries, these calls are to be attended by telemarketers and try to market your product to them. These type of calls are known as warm calls. See, cold calls were calls which were unsolicited. These customers had no, prospective customers had not asked to call them, the company is doing calls. Whereas in warm calls, the prospective customers had called them after seeing an advertisement, and now the company is calling them back, or maybe replying to their inquiries which are there. So these are known as warm calls, who where the prospective customers have itself called them. The third type of telemarketing is lead generation, the collection of intelligence about profiles, interest, demographic data, and potential customers are known as lead generation. So you basically, what you are doing is you are trying to collect information in lead generation about people who can purchase from you. So what is or what is lead generation? Lead generation is basically where you are trying to find out potential customers for your this product where or service which you can sell to them. So this is lead generation, and when you are doing lead generation using telemarketing, that becomes lead generation telemarketing. The third type of sorry, the fourth type of telemarketing is sales. Ultimately, why we are doing telemarketing or a marketing activity is to achieve more and more sales. So this is more of a persuasive kind of say call, where telemarketers keep on calling a customer and they try to persuade that person to purchase an item from them. So this type of telemarketing is known as sales telemarketing. The next one type of trend that we are gonna study in this is M business. M business, as the name suggests, M stands for mobile or mobile business. Now, when we talk about mobile, what is the picture that comes to your mind? It is the handheld mobile phone that is there in your hand or in your pocket or in your bag. No, it's not only more that thing. Yes, it includes that, but it also includes some other things. What are those things? It may include any mobile thing. Mobile, what is the meaning of mobile? Mobile means anything that you can take from one place to the other place, anything that is not fixed. Fixed landline, as you know, the one that is connected to the wire at your home, is a fixed landline. On the other hand, there you have mobile. So mobile is any device, any telecommunication device that is connected to the internet, that may be connected to telecommunication network, and it can be transferred from one place to the other place. So you have lot of such device, even your pager sometimes, or some other device which can work as a mobile device, means a device that can move from one place to other place. So if you're doing a business using such kind of devices, then it is known as mobile business or M business. It refers to new business models enabled by the extensive deployment of mobile phones and wireless technologies and devices, for example Bluetooth or UPIs, payment gateways, or smartphones, and by the inherent mobility of most people's working lifestyles or work styles. So all these things, if you consider together, that is because of the work styles or because of the work life of people are now interested to go for involve themselves into businesses where they can do business on the go. That is, while traveling also they can do business. So this can happen only when you have a laptop instead of a computer desktop. You have a smartphone, or you have pre-installed apps. You have installed apps, and through apps you can generate certain leads, or you can do business. So these are some of the recent trends that we are discussing today. For some other trends that are there, like green marketing, relationship marketing, retailing, virtual marketing, we shall take in the next class. So right now we shall end today's lecture here itself.